This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So Kubrat Pulev has given the impression that if offered a step-aside deal, he may actually take it. So there's no guarantees that him versus Anthony Joshua is in fact next. And until an offer comes through, well, that is the fight that's going to happen. And we'll get into Kubrat Pulev's statement. This is what Kubrat Pulev had to say. We have signed contracts for that fight and everything is ready. We worked on that contract for maybe 2 months and it was not easy. But now we have this contract and I'm ready. I don't want to wait. I want the title fight with Anthony Joshua and I will beat him really good and get the second knockout against him. I'm the mandatory challenger and these are the rules. It doesn't matter who wants to box him or who he wants to box. Anthony Joshua has to box me. I'm ready for this fight against Joshua. So I don't know about step aside. Nobody knows, but I want this fight. When somebody comes to me and tells me something and offers me something, maybe. I don't know, but I want this fight. I'm ready for this fight and I believe this fight will happen this year. I waited for a long time for this fight with Anthony Joshua. I'm the long time mandatory for this fight, but I'm open for talking, no problem. But I want this fight, that's it. I'm ready to fight everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's London or anywhere else. Anthony Joshua said the fight had to be in London, and I said, okay, no problem. Kubrat Pulev statement. So, of course, what he's not going to do is come out and say, well, yeah, I don't want the fight, I prefer step aside. If he did, that's going to come across as really, really weak, isn't it? So he's never going to do that. But I've told you time and time again that Kubrat Pulev does not really want Anthony Joshua. He's proved it time and time again before. And for those of you who haven't heard me say it before, I'll say it real quick now. He was offered the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua when Joshua took on Eric Molina. When Anthony Joshua offered Kubrat Pulev a voluntary, as in, or move the mandatory forward and just get the fight over and done with. But Pulev said no, and he wanted to go fight for the European heavyweight title instead. And wanted to wait for him to be ordered to fight Anthony Joshua. Eventually, of course, a couple of fights went past. Joshua, he took on Molina, beat him, took on Klitschko, beat him, and the rest is history. He was then ordered to fight Anthony Joshua, and Kubrat Pulev was making all kinds of excuses. Well, I didn't know I was supposed to be fighting him next. I didn't know about it, even though the whole rest of the world knew that he was up next. He was coming out with the excuses, well, my team don't really talk to me. He was talking about Team Sauerland, as in Kalle and Nisa, and how they don't really talk to him that much, so he's totally unaware. There's not really enough time to prepare for a fight of that magnitude. He only had like 10 or 12 weeks, but he wanted 16 weeks. And all these kind of excuses were coming out. And a little bit close to the fight, he pulls out with an injury. Was it legitimate? I don't know. No idea. But either way, he was replaced with Carlos Takam. And since then, the only decent fight that Kubrat Pulev's had is against Hughie Fury. That's the only one that he's really had. And he's kind of sat on that his mandatory position for a long, long time. He's been taking on the Bogdan Dinus of the world and some guy I've never damn well heard of right before he kissed that reporter and that, right? But Kubrat Pulev, he's never really fancied it. So when he's coming out with, yes, of course, I want to fight, well, he's going to say that, isn't he? But then when he's saying, but nobody's really spoken to me and until I hear something different, then maybe, and yes, I'm willing to talk about step aside. Of course he is. It's free money. This is what I say about Wilder stepping aside for Tyson Fury. It's free money. You're getting money to not have to fight yet. But you will get the fight. You'll get the contract where you get a whole crap load of money. All you got to do is wait a little bit longer and you will get your opportunity. So this is what I say about Wilder and Pulev. Listen, if he was offered step-aside money, he'll take it. He doesn't fancy his chances against Anthony Joshua, which is in some ways a bit of a shame because Kubrat Pulev is a quality fighter. He's a very good fighter. He doesn't really show it that often. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. I suppose the only thing that can really change anything is if Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, Freddie Cunningham, etc. offer Kubrat Pulev to step aside. Of course, they're going to have to go through Bob Arum and Epic Sports and Entertainment, and of course Kubrat Pulev to try and get that deal done. But they're only going to do that if Bob Arum, Frank Warren start talking to Deontay Wilder about taking step aside as well. But Frank Warren, he doesn't even want to even offer Wilder step aside for some strange reason. I don't know why he doesn't want this undisputed fight with Joshua. I have no idea. Anyway, that is a fresh update that Kubrat Pulev is open to talking about stepping aside. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.